Pine Belt law enforcement agencies are learning how to better serve those in the community experiencing a mental health crisis by completing crisis intervention team training. As 12 News' Brandon Rains reports, the program teaches officers how to recognize the signs of a mental health crisis and respond safely.
Law enforcement agencies from across the Pine Belt are in Hattiesburg this week, taking part in crisis intervention team training. The week-long course, hosted by Pine Belt Mental Health Services, focuses on equipping officers with the tools to safely respond to mental health emergencies.
There is a need in our community for when people are in a crisis and they have a mental illness, that someone can come out that can actually get them to the next step. And we are seeing more and more that there's a need for this in our community.
Officers are learning to identify signs of a mental health crisis, de-escalating potential dangerous situations, and suicide intervention.
Important so we can recognize quickly whether somebody's in a mental crisis or they're just not responding to our law enforcement presence. It doesn't stop us from doing our job, it just gives us another tool.
Participants take part in scenario-based training and role-playing in order to learn how to navigate those high-stress situations.
They may be suffering from hearing voices that make them non-compliant because they're trying to listen to you and hear all these other things that are happening. We do actually put the class through an exercise where they can experience what it's like to hear voices and try to do something else that we tell them to do while they're hearing that.
A key focus of crisis intervention training is ensuring the safety of both officers and the community, while also working to keep individuals experiencing a mental health crisis out of jail and connected to the help they need.
The main thing I've learned this week is just having empathy for people. Sometimes it's just their worst days and they're in their head. Sometimes we'll be able to talk them down instead of always having to take someone to jail.
Participants will be tested on what they have learned before graduating on Friday, when they'll receive a pin identifying them as CIT-trained officers. In Hattiesburg, Brandon Rains, 12 News.